Hey, thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you. Welcome to a brand new season here at Heart of Midlothian. We have very, very high hopes for this upcoming season. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a few questions. So yeah, Willie McGlue, Scottish journalist. Do you think you can beat Celtic this season? Yeah, look, mate, we're hopeful. We're definitely hopeful. Now, we obviously have a bit of a financial handicap compared to Celtic. We have some really good young players. We've made some good signings. So I'm hopeful we'll at least push them a lot harder than we did last year. Yeah. Uche, can he score a wee goal in 10 hours? Are you sure he can still do a job for you? Yeah, of course, mate. When you have a record of scoring goals like Uche has, you know, what they say, form is temporary, class is permanent. That is one classy individual. So Uche will score goals this year. I have absolutely no doubts about that. Yeah, Aussie, your team put in some impressive performances in the Flanders. Do you think they can carry it on to your competitive games? Yeah, look, man, I think we surprised even ourselves a little bit with some of those friendly results. Now, what we've got to remember is that they are just that, they're friendlies, they're non-competitive games. We can't go into these meaningful fixtures now just assuming that things are going to go our way. If anything, we need to take a step up now because everybody else is going to do just that. But we've certainly given ourselves a little bit of confidence, a little bit of hope. But as I said, we certainly won't be assuming that results are going to come. Now, if there's no other questions, no. Okay, so I've got a big game for Celtic to get ready for, so I'm going to go and do just that. Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 45 of our Heart of Midlothian Save, our bid to take the club to the top of Scottish football. And today we begin a new season away to Celtic. Easy stuff. But I thought we'd start and have a look at what the board expect from us this year in the league. We're expected to qualify for the Europa League. I'd like to think we can do that. And of course, with the change of European coefficients, if we come second, we go straight into the group stage for next season, which would be good. Because I expect us to make the group stage this year, but we're up against Mönchengladbach in the third knockout round or third qualifying round, so that's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough. Scottish Cup, they want us to reach a semi-final. The Betfred Cup, again, they want us to reach a semi-final. We've got Dunfermline, who I think are a league championship, like second division team or second tier team. So I'd like to think we can do that, but I don't really care what the board thinks about, especially the Betfred Cup. There's nothing really in it for us too much in any case. Now, if we look at the season preview for the league, and we will see we have fourth favourites, which is harsh, considering we came second last year, and it's second at, pretty comfortably. Celtic, essentially, are the media Dream 11, with the exception of Flanagan in there. If we look at some key players, Lewis Hartford's there, Porty O'Connor is there for us, two important players, and I'm assuming Uche will be here somewhere. No Uche. Well, just no Uche, no respect, as the saying goes. Now, we'll have a quick review of the transfer window. There was a transfer special last episode, if you want to see how we got to this. And the transfer window is still open, of course. We're only at July 31st. We've got about another month to go. But Andrew Considine, he left us on a free transfer. Contract was up, so that's fine. The ins, Colin McNeil, a young striker we brought in from St Mirren, who I think maybe not be a massive player this year, but he'll definitely get some game time. Curtis Jones, hopefully the new wizard. We brought him in to replace him on the right-hand side, but can play sort of anywhere behind the striker. Darnell Johnson, we splashed the cash on this one. 1.5 million, potentially rising to 3 million. A right back. We needed to improve at right back, and I'm hopeful this is the man to do just that for us. Ryan Glover, the Wizard times L Part 2, the Wizard 2.0 or 2.3 or 3.0, I guess, if we take Curtis Jones as the replacement. Again, just can play left or right wing. Looking mostly was for while we were in Europe, but if we're going to go out before the group stage, he may not have much of a stay here, to be honest. And Liam Smalley, I wanted someone to come in and play a DM role, so when we play the likes of Celtic or in Europe, we're just a little bit more sound defensively. So this is the guy we've got in to do that. I think he'll do a decent job for us. But we'll find out soon enough because we're playing Celtic first up, won't we? So that's the transfers. We spent 1.5 million. We didn't get anything back in, but that's not really a problem. We have money to spend, as you can see. Still got 5.8 million we can spend on wages. I'm cautious about spending too much of that. Wages were up to 73, or just under 73 grand a week. But this is essentially what we were at when we started. When we first took over, we were at, going to tell me what that is, but you can see about 70. I was over there, isn't it? So we're at 71.4, and now we're at, what it says we're at 68, but now we're at 73. So we're roughly back to where we started from, but we're definitely a stronger team for it. Now let's have a look at the pre-season and see how that went. And you can see some of the teams we've beaten in pre-season and beaten relatively well gives me hope for Mönchengladbach, but always be wary of friendlies. Let's start with Cowdenbeath. That was the first game of pre-season, and it was a good first-up performance. Claire Uche and Curtis Jones got the goals, a solid 3-1 win. played Preston Athletic. We were really good up against essentially a poor team. Curtis Jones got a double. Lewis Hartford got a double. Innes Cameron, Clare, and youngster Mark Kane all chipped in with goals in that one. We went to Schalke, and just, wow, we looked so good in this game. Sean Clare with a double, Jones with a goal, and an own goal as well. That's really... And these are all away from home. Then we played FC Cologne, and again, a really, really good performance. Ryan Glover with a double, and Turnbull with another goal as well for a 3-1 win. We played Hamburg. We were actually really good in this one. I think we should have won it. I'll show you the match stats here. We were the better team. We had a lot of chances. They scored with their only shot on target, which was frustrating. But yeah, for our only loss of pre-season, I couldn't be too disappointed with it. We went and played our affiliate club, Marseille, and apparently we're the parent club in this situation because we were really, really good again. Curtis Jones and Bobby coping with the goals in this one. They pulled one back, but we were able to hang on. And then the final game of pre-season was against Berwick Rangers. It was a solid enough end of pre-season. Inaki, Dominguez, Glover, Brophy, and Cameron again with the goals. Yeah, very, very solid pre-season. So let's warm up for our game against Celtic by looking back at some of the best goals from those friendlies. And here we go, off the Celtic Park on the opening day to get things underway. You can see they are the favourites. You would expect that. They've had a couple of games in, I'm assuming, Champions League qualifying. They've had the better of us, and they've especially had the better of us under Marcel Bielsa, who unfortunately is still their manager. And unfortunately, they've pretty much kept the same team. The only player I think that's left is Scott Brown was released at the end of his contract. But it's still Bielsa the coach, still an attacking, passing style. If we go to the analysis report, now this was a competitive game, so we can kind of take a little bit from this. We can see the way they're lining up. Ox sort of drops back in to replace Scott Brown, it looks like. Positional heat map there, high up the pitch. Their passing network and, of course, their key passes. Let's have a look at the team that we're sending out. The opening day heroes to hopefully get a result here for us. It's Teddy Smith in goal. It's Taylor O'Connor, Coping, and Darnell Johnson with a debut. I'm going with Taylor. Basically, I'm trying to fit the best players into this formation. Taylor, as a sort of more defensively minded fullback, is the better option to Dimitri Mitchell, who's on the bench. So we'll go with him. It's Smalley in the anchorman role. It's Dominguez and Turnbull in midfield. It's Curtis Jones and it's Sean Clare. And it's Uche up front in a press as he's pressing forward role. I'm not convinced it's going to work. I feel like you always need someone that's going to drop back in a little bit to not become isolated. But we'll see how we go here. And they've changed the way they're playing, those mother effers. This should still, in theory, work. We just have to be a little bit more careful of... Yeah, it's a very attacking lineup, isn't it? I wonder if we maybe look to hit them on the break. Alright, so Scott Robertson says, give them a morale boost. It's a passionate... It's got to be, let's give the fans a good performance despite the odds being against us. I think let's go out there and cause an upset today. I like that. Some calm, we have faith. And... do we need to change anything tactically? I don't think so. Let's just get out there and see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, the preseason friendlies we were playing with a number 10, not a DM. I'm always wary of reading too much into it. I mean, the results on paper and the performances were really good, but you don't know how they were playing. I assume they will improve. But what it does do, and let me know in the comments, it does give me a little bit more hope coming into the Mönchengladbach tie in Europe. But yeah, the fact that we played so well with the number 10 against German opposition. Through ball there, we should get to that. Taylor's there, back to Teddy Smith for coping. We get rid, nicely done, boys. We can't hold the ball, but we do pick it up with Turnbull. Can we launch something here? We've gone early for Uche. He's in behind here. Come on, Uche. Come on, Uche. Oh, it's a good save from their keeper. Not the best finish. Yeah, it does make me wonder, should we go with the number 10? But we've seen time and time again, when we do that against better teams, we get outplayed. So we're going to try the DM here to start with. It's still there for us. Turnbull back for Dominguez. Oh, it's blocked. Hacked clear, and we're going to hang on to that. All right, it's Parnell Johnson, in for Uche. Flick on, but there's no one there. Can we put a bit of pressure on? Can we win this? We can. Well done, Porty O'Connor. Dominguez keeps the ball. Look out wide. He finds Taylor on support. Can he get across into the box? He can, back post. It's Curtis Jones on the ball. Curtis Jones, our Liverpool legend, has opened the account 11 minutes in. It's 1-0 to Hearts. And what we want to do here, of course, is not to do what we always do against Celtic, in take the lead and then ship a crap ton of goals. But it's a good ball in from Taylor, and it's a good first touch. And I tell you what, it's not a bad finish, but I think the keeper maybe could have done a little bit better there. But we'll take it. Curtis Jones with a goal on the boo. Was it offside? Was it ever? It was nowhere near it. There we go. Good chest down in the back of the net. All right, this is a good... So we haven't had any of the ball, which is fine, as long as we're doing something with it when we do have it. Yeah, I mean, we learnt from last year, whenever we tell them to concentrate, they think I've said go get cake, and they always concede a goal. It's an accent thing we've decided in the comments. I think that was what we the conclusion we came to. Turnbull pirouetting like a spinning top there. Here goes Parnell Johnson in for Jones for Dominguez. Can he pick a pass? He's got Taylor in space. Can he deliver a nice cross again? He can't. He's caught upfield here now. Oh, it's a blocked cross. They've pounced. Oh, they've pounced. It's Eric Botheim, and he scored and made it 1-1. What have we got to do to not give the ball away and get hit on the break? I wonder, should we go back to counter-attack? Should we just sit the fullbacks back as defensive fullbacks? Time and time again against Celtic, we see this is how we concede. I thought putting the fullbacks onto support rather than attack would help solve that, but when we're giving the ball away like that, we're getting caught so far upfield. Just the team in general, but the fullbacks, and it does make me wonder: do we just sit back if and when we take the lead? Oh, and they've scored again! Oh, I hate Celtic so much. Go away, Celtic. Just go to the English league system like you want to. Honestly, this is so annoying. Let's give it a get creative. It's not well defended. Is that coping? Turnbull's missed his header, and second time of asking. Gravenbach is there to put it away. Dominguez is looking apprehensive. He's also unhappy because he wants to go to the Spanish clubs, which is it is what it is. We're probably going to lose him eventually, but we'll hang on to him for as long as we can, and then hopefully get a nice fee at the end of it. I do wonder, on the booking not playing well, we have Harry Cochrane on the bench. Perhaps we just make that change. For the most part, I mean, they've had scored from their only 2 shots on goal. For the most part, this seems to have worked. Do we say unlucky? Perhaps. I am going to take Dominguez off. He's looking apprehensive. He's on a booking. He's a sending off waiting to happen in that sense. We'll get Harry Cochrane on there. We know he's a wonderful player for us. Claire's not having his best game. We do have Glover we could bring on the left. You know what I'm wondering? If instead of work the ball into the box, if we hit early crosses, just get the ball in there early, and then at least if we give it away, we're giving it away not with our fullbacks, hopefully, so far up the pitch. We know Uche's decent. He'll get on to the end of things. Let's give it a get creative. It's still only 2-1, so we're still very much in this game. Have I just jinxed that horribly? Can we win that back? Not right yet. Come on, boys. Come on. the Ox. Can we get a block in here? We can, but it's just got... There's two of them everywhere. They've got an extra man ref. Count the shirts. They've gone back to Gravenbach for their DM, for Reed. Harrison Reed is someone they signed from Southampton. We've blocked that. Now, when we block something, it just falls straight back to them. When they block it, it falls to their man on the break, and they go and score. Gravenbach in for the Ox, for Gravenbach, for Reed. Oh, what can you do when that's going in against you? Let's get stuck in. Let's try closing them down. Do we not counter press, I wonder? Let's raise the tempo, perhaps. They're a passing team, so I think we want to counter press because we want to try and break up their play. We don't want just to let them pass, I don't think, or do we? I mean, we've got to change something about the way we're playing, and I wonder if the counter press isn't necessarily working, if we're better off just keeping our shape and going from there. Claire is having an absolute nightmare, so let's bring Glover on for him. It gets a debut out of the way as well. Yeah, there's no one else on the bench I necessarily want to bring on just yet. We do have Mönchengladbach midweek, so I'm a little bit cautious of making sure some of our key players... Let's try not counter-pressing. I don't like doing that typically, as I said, against a passing team, but we'll just kind of see how it goes here. Maybe, you know, if we just hold a good defensive shape, maybe we need to just admit that we have to play on the counter against them as well. Yeah. Any feedback you guys have, any thoughts, suggestions, let me know. I think we go again with this against Mönchengladbach. Especially, yeah, I don't know. Here goes Curtis Jones again. It's a good ball for Uche! Oh, the keeper stood there and watched it. And Uche has made it 3-2. 3-2. We'll go attacking now. We'll give them some praise for that. Try and push them on a level here. Curtis Jones has done really well. He's won the ball and then he's just threaded through an absolute sumptuous pass. The goalkeeper really should have just fallen on it, really. If he'd had his shoelaces tied together, he would have tripped and landed on it. But that's okay. It's 3-2 and we're still in this game. Let's go very attacking, boys. Come on, can we get a late winner here? What else do we want to change here? Not that, this one. We'll be more expressive for the last little bit here. Let's play with a little bit more width, perhaps, and just see what happens. There's 30 seconds to go. I've made that change way too late. We do have the ball, though. Can Johnson do something wonderful on his debut? It's there. Oh, Glover couldn't quite get to it. 20 seconds. It's gonna have to be now. It's gonna have to be now. O'Connor plays it across for Coping. Can Coping pick out a peach of a pass? He's dinged it forward for Johnson. He's tried to flick it on. Couldn't find Uche, and I think that is going to be that. It's defence, isn't it? We signed that good defensive coach from Celtic, John Kennedy. He hasn't had a lot of time to work with us yet. We've just come out of pre-season. There's always positive signs there, though, isn't there? That's the thing. There's always positive signs, and we fall just short. Yeah. I'll have a look back when I'm editing, and it's just one of those days. We haven't played badly again, really. You know, like, you go to Celtic Park, and yes, we've lost again to Celtic. But it wasn't that bad. This is the good defensive coach that we've signed. Really, really solid defensive tactical. You can see, I mean, he could be our assistant manager, to be fair. So, you know, we're trying to address the defence, but I'm just not quite sure how we do that. Uche ends his goal drought after 10 hours. Of course, you remember the end of last year, he took it off early. So that's good to see him back in the goals. Just disappointing, isn't it? It's just disappointing. Yeah, we'll have to think about what we do with tactics. So that's it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. If you are new to the channel for the new season, don't forget to subscribe and, of course, ring the bell if you want to know when I upload new episodes, because we'll be back next time. We'll skip over Dundee and we'll do a Mönchengladbach doubleheader. Can we get past a Bundesliga team? Let me know. Do we go with our patented... what are we playing this one? With the number 10. Away from home, I'm thinking maybe we do and we just try and get goals. Because let's face it, the game against Celtic, we didn't necessarily not concede goals anyway. So I'm a little bit torn how we approach that game. Let me know what you think in the comments. We've got to go for it, don't we? Especially away from home. We've got to try and get away goals, I think. That's all for next time, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.